Thanks for staying with us. We remind you to download the CVM TV app from the Google Play Store. A state of public emergency has been declared in the St. Catherine North Police Division effective today. This is the second state of public emergency to be declared since the start of the year, the first being in St. James on January 18. The announcement was made at the office of the Prime Minister earlier today, where CVM Live's Nicole Wilson was in attendance.
A state of public emergency has been declared in the St. Catherine North Police Division effective Sunday, March 18th.
Since the start of the year, 48 murders have been recorded in the area, comparable to the 21 murders in 2016 and 30 in 2017 over the corresponding period.
Crime and violence, in particular murders, have been escalating in this police division. The security forces have advised me as Prime Minister, in writing, that a high level of criminal activity continues and threatens public order and the rule of law. This threat is extensive.
Under these enhanced security measures, which will last initially for 14 days, Prime Minister Holness says the security forces will have extraordinary powers and some rights may be suspended. He sought to offer some words of reassurance.
This does not mean that the use of these extraordinary powers can be arbitrary or are beyond review. The security forces are expected and have been directed to treat citizens with respect and to protect the dignity and safety of all Jamaicans.
Meanwhile, Acting Commissioner of Police Clifford Blake says the state of emergency is being instituted in an attempt to restore public order to the St. Catherine North Police Division. He says the largest gang in Jamaica, Klansman, has been operating in the parish and is linked with a number of murders not isolated to the parish. The gang is also implicated in cases of extortion, which he also identified as a significant problem.
There is a high level of extortion existing in St. Catherine and in particular Spanish Town. The threat to public safety and the rule of law. Intelligence assessments indicate the possibility of a further increase in criminal activity due to inter-conflict in the Klansman gang.
ACP Blake also says a list of wanted men within the division will be published. Prime Minister Holness will address Parliament at the earliest opportunity on this declaration. Nicole Wilson, CVM Live.
And the opposition People's National Party has reacted to today's declaration. As Rohan Daly reports, the General Secretary Julian Robinson is calling on the government to do more.
The PNP's General Secretary says the party is in support of the enhanced security measures, but expresses reservation about its efficacy and how it will impact the communities afterwards. For him, a complete plan is the only solution, despite his party not having a problem with its implementation.
But we still believe there's a need for a comprehensive crime plan to address all aspects of the crime problem facing the country. For example, what will happen when the state of emergency ends? We believe there has to be a focus on social intervention and also empowering and giving resources to institutions like the Peace Management Initiative and other violent interrupters.
The GenSec maintains there are still several shortcomings with the operations. He states that it is important that the human rights aspects of any enhanced security measures be implemented properly, pointing to lessons from the Montego Bay experience.
For example, ensuring that the persons who are detained, that the facilities that they are housed in are adequate, that they have access to legal representation, that their relatives can contact them, and that information can be provided to the relatives about their status. And also ensuring that the public defender has a role in cases where persons may be abused.
It will take more than the state of emergency, he says, to eliminate the scourge of crime and violence, which is still not being tackled effectively by the government.
We have had 2 states of emergency, 2 zones, but crime still continues unabated, even in the areas where for example, in Denham Town, there were murders last week. So while the state of emergency is a short-term measure, there needs to be put in place something which indicates what the long-term plan is to tackle crime and violence.
Rohan Daly, CVM Live.
Meanwhile, National Security Minister Robert Montague is calling on wanted individuals within the St. Catherine North Police Division to turn themselves in. He made the call while speaking to CVM Live after the declaration of the state of public emergency. Nicole Wilson picks up that report.
Security Minister Robert Montague is calling the declaration of the state of public emergency in the St. Catherine North Police Division as important to restoring rule of law and public order in the area.
They are Jamaican citizens and they have been crying out for something to be done. The state has now stepped up to do it, but we want to assure and reassure all the good citizens who live within the St. Catherine North District and those close by that we are seeking their full patience and cooperation with the security forces as they do what has to be done.
Minister Montague is calling on residents to give their full cooperation to the security forces while highlighting that lessons learned from the St. James state of public emergency are influencing how these enhanced security measures are applied.
For the real success, the citizens have to cooperate and the security forces have been properly trained. We have looked at our experience in St. James. We have incorporated a lot of the experience in St. James into the planning of this operation.
He is also encouraging individuals who are wanted in the division to turn themselves in.
There are some within the space who are determined to create mayhem and threat to law and order, and we simply say to them, if you are wanted, give yourself up. Put your lawyers on speed dial because the state, you have threatened the state and the state is responding, but the state will respond with respect to the constitutional rights of every citizen.
Nicole Wilson, CVM Live.
In this update, former Army Chief Major General Anthony Anderson will officially assume the role of Police Commissioner effective tomorrow. General Anderson's appointment was announced earlier this month after former Police Commissioner George Coelho resigned that position on February 1 after 9 months in the job. Major General Anderson previously served as National Security Advisor to Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Now, Prime Minister Holness reacted to whether the new commissioner will be sufficiently able to take on the task.
Yes, Major General is up to the task and has been operating in the security environment for many years and has demonstrated by virtue of his record at the Jamaica Defense Force his skill and knowledge in the area. And so I expect that he will be able to do very well in the JCF, which is a different environment, a different structure. I'm certain that he will be respectful of the structure, the organization, and that he will build a strong alliance with the policemen, and that he will assist in the transformation of the organization.
Improving the justice system will require stricter accountability measures, even as steps are being taken to standardize the way sentences are handled. This latest argument from the head of the lobby group, National Integrity Action, at a court anti-corruption seminar. More in this report from Nika Lewis.
Disparity in sentences for similar offences that were cause for public ire have been tackled with a new standard for sentencing.
Neither you nor I or any member of the public needs to guess anymore what is the normal range of sentences for different crimes. It's all set out there. For example, for importing illegal weapons into Jamaica, the normal range is between 15 and 25 years. What does that mean? The guidelines go further to say that under sentencing guidelines of Jamaica, judges can no longer simply hand down a sentence and don't explain. They are not required to give reasons. So if a judge falls below the 15 years in sentencing for a particular crime where the normal range is 15 to 25, or goes above, the obligation is to explain to you and to I. members of the public.
For the justice system to adequately fight corruption and other inefficiencies, the integrity advocate explained the need for greater accountability.
We also advance the need for accountability of the judiciary. Not only you, me, should be accountable, the judges as well. They're not alone to themselves. And I regret our Chief Justice isn't here because I believe he supports this perspective very much. Within the last few years, the judges themselves have developed guidelines for conduct, including recognition in those guidelines of their accountability to the public.
Nika Lewis, CVM Live.
A reminder this evening that it's your business too to make cyber safe. Just last week, the Consumer Affairs Commission hosted a seminar and exhibition for World Consumer Rights Day. Among the facts, the protection of your identity and your financial information.
Cybercrime is as a real and present danger, causing the loss of billions of dollars worldwide, and Jamaica is no exception. As users consume digital marketplaces, you must remember that your password is also your passport.
Are you taking seriously the fact that your personal negligence can create an entryway to hackers and viruses accessing your critical data, which could wipe out your entire account? Well, in the same way the digital marketplace has caused a great shift in consumer patterns, now more than ever, customers also need to be vigilant because being mindful of your own responsibilities matters.
Although consumers and businesses must play their part, there remains a role for international government organizations to create policies and protocols to regulate the digital marketplace. Jamaica is estimated last year to have lost somewhere in the region of potentially about $125 million online.
And it's the seemingly tiny details which potentially exposes others.
In 2017, the most common password that was hacked was 123456. And that was still followed closely by the much more secure PASSWORD. Few of us have passwords based on the best practices for a secure password. Namely, it has to be at least 8 characters long. It shouldn't contain your username, real name, or company name.
This is CVM Live. We go to a break ahead of news from overseas. Stay with us.